Academy, a School of Arts and Science, Gopanahulli. I Veerabhadraya Demaya on behalf of Gopanahulli Employees Association, retired from Gopanahulli, rural Karnataka. VBSM Academy, a School of Arts and Science, a mission with a vision. Come on, my dear students of Gopanahulli, every day, please follow up your studies with the following disciplines. Fresh up early in the morning, attend school if it opens, say good morning to your senior citizens, teachers and elders, then log in at 5 p.m. every day to VBSM Academy. Yes, my dear friends, due to COVID-19, the schools and colleges were closed, due to which the education becoming worsening day by day in our society and in our nation, for which the VBSM Academy is planning to solve the problems which are facing by my students of rural Karnataka, particularly to my village, Gopanahulli, Chadakare Chidruga. So, I am the Veerabhadraya Demaya Vision Village Schoolmaster is inviting with the mission with a vision. Please come with the wholeheartedly to my VBSM academic programs to achieve goals in our educational avenues. Well, friends, this is the classes for SSLC, PUC and degree. Even for the competitive examinations, also it may be helpful to your academic points of view. Science lesson. If you observe the slide, the great scientists are working always with the scientific spirit and the temper. This is the microscope. I would like to divert your attention towards the microscope, the world of microscope, the origin of microscope, how it has developed since the day when it started in the olden days, in its good old centuries. Suppose if you come to know about the so-called microscope, very, very wonderful things you will come across. You see, my dear friends, this is the olden microscopes, this is the modern microscope. Discovery of microscope, man of science, TEASDALE, the great scientist, this gentleman, beard with a white beard, this gentleman, TEASDALE, who delivered hundreds of lectures throughout his lifetime, was founding member of the Leeds Photographic Society of Royal Society of Microscopy. My dear friends, the scientists are always working like anything, and they are thinking about their own goal, and hence at the last breath also they will work, my dear friends. That is the spirit of science. So, part of his photography collection, including cyanotype photographies held at the Museum of the History of Science, Oxford. He photographed his scientific friends Henry Perigal and James Glaisher. As part of his work with the Society of Microscopy, he invented the failed Naturalist microscope, a portable instrument of magnification. He died while attending his meeting of the British Association for the Advancement of Science. He is Robert Hooke, 1663. He observed a thin slice of cork called the empty spaces. He will call as cells. Cells means small rooms. This is the extraordinary microscope on those days invented by Robert Hooke. This is, the surface is by gold foil and all. So, my dear friends, this is how he shown his structure when he observed the things. Experiment, observation and inference. He has inferred so many things, the structure of matter in the universe. The discovery of microscope, Robert Hooke in 1635 developed a simple microscope. As microscopes and staining techniques improved over the 19th and 20th centuries, scientists were able to see more and more internal detail within the cells the microscope used by Leeuwenhoek in 1839. Probably magnified specimens a few hundred spores. Today, high-powered electron microscopes are participating in the science and technological world, my dear friends, particularly in the biological and geology, as well as the higher science and technology. Well, friends, I would like to divert your attention towards the confocal microscopy, the applied science of microscopy. A series of images can be combined, allowing researchers and generate detailed 3D effect of the things, that is three-dimensional representations of the cells. These improved imaging techniques have helped us better understand the wonderful complexity of cells and the structures they are. My dear friends, this, if you observe, this is the good old microscope which is invented by Robert Hooke, and this is one Leeuwenhoek's microscope, late 1600. So this is next. This is the microscope invented, and slowly it takes the shape of this, which is a compound microscope. And now today in the 20th century, the modern days and today's science and technology is dynamic in nature, and hence we come across the electron microscope. You can see anything and everything which is invisible. So I would like to divert your attention towards from the visible world to invisible world. That's how science and technology developed, my dear friends. So from visible to invisible, even which is not visible, we can see those things. So invisible things can be visible today. Nothing is impossible in this world, my dear friends. Your studies also should be like this. You go on, attend your work, and so that concentrate more and more on your studies, then definitely you will be successful in your educational avenues. This is Mr. von Leeuwenhoek. This is his microscope. This is the lens, the sample holder. You see, good old microscope. This is the grandfathers, aged centuries back. This is the good old microscope of von Leeuwenhoek microscope, circa late 1600, 16th century, I say. Today is 20th century. So, my dear friends, science, this is how the science and technology advanced. As you know that this is the thing is the cell theory. In 1839 it develops. On those days, now we see, what is a cell? A cell is invisible, consists of three parts: the cell membrane, the nucleus, and between the two of the cytoplasm. Within the cytoplasm lie intricate arrangements of fine fibers and hundreds of, even thousands of minuscule but distinct structures called organelles. So as soon as the microscope studies advanced, you can see with the help of the microscope, the media is the microscope, where you can see the wonderful images which are not visible to the naked eye. This is the organelles. So Robert Hooke in 1703 up to 1703 he has given. This is Robert Hooke images. These are all Robert Hooke images where you can come across very minute in the microns. So cell biology is advanced like this, my dear friends. Robert Hooke 1663, and his contribution is wonderful, and especially the Robert Hooke and Leeuwenhoek they were contributed much and more to science and technology, especially to the microscopic world, microscopy. The starting point for this discipline might be considered the 1830s. Though scientists had been using microscopes for centuries together, they were not always sure what they were looking at. Robert Hooke's initial observation in 1665 of plant cell walls in slices of cork were followed shortly by Anthony van Leeuwenhoek's first descriptions of live cells with visibly moving parts. That is how you can see. Next, coming to the cell biology, the study of the cell structure and function, and it revolves around the concept that the cell is the fundamental unit of life. Focusing on the cell permits a detailed understanding of the tissues and organisms that cells compose. That means cells which are not visible to the naked eye, you can see with the help of the advanced microscopes, simple microscopes, compound microscopes, electron microscopes. Today you can see the wonderful world of microscopic world. That is the important thing we come across today. Thank you for listening. So BBSM Academy is giving information and technological information, developmental information about the microscopy, and which is also, it will give plenty of things from the BBSM Academy to know the values of education, especially starting from SSLC, PUC, and degree students also, and the students who are, and the job seekers, the competitive examinations, whatever may be the avenues for your goals, you can come and approach us. BBSM Academy is able to give the guidelines to the people of rural Karnataka, especially the students who are in the rural area. They can come forward and participate in our BBSM Academy